Hello, fellow students. Today I'm going to be talking on the functions of nucleic acids in the cell. So, nucleic acids function in the cell. First thing, my name is Amula Salif. I'm working on the course biochemistry. Uh, my presenter note introduce nucleic acid as essential biomolecules responsible for storing, transmitting, and expressing genetic information in all living organisms. What are nucleic acids? Nucleic acids are biological micromolecules composed of nucleotides monomers. There are two major types of nucleic acid. One is called the deoxyribonucleic acid or DNA, and the other is RNA, which stands for ribonucleic acid. They are very essential for hereditary and protein synthesis, and nucleic acids can be found in all living cells. Uh, it explains, my note explained that nucleic acids carry the instructions necessary for cellular structure, function, and reproduction. The structure of the nucleotides, it contains a phosphate group, which you're going to see PO4. It has a 5 carbon sugar, or called a pentose, and it has a nitrogenous base, which is called, and the nitrogenous base includes the DNA and RNA. For the DNA bases, you have adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine. And for RNA, you have adenine, uracil, cytosine, and guanine. So in RNA, thymine is replaced by uracil. It also discusses how nucleotides join through or phosphodiester bonds to form nucleic acid chains. DNA has the cell's information storage system. DNA stores hereditary information, that is the transmission from parents, from the transmission from parents to offspring or the traits. They are located primarily in the nucleus of eukaryotic cells. They contain genes that determine traits and cellular functions, which of course I've explained. It replicates before cell division to ensure genetic continuity. And there's a comparison of DNA to a biological instruction manual that contains the code of life. It determines genetic diseases and parental traits that fall in from parents to offspring. There's another thing called the DNA replication, because replication is the process through which an organism brings forth its own kind to replicate. So DNA has a replication. DNA replication copies genetic information before cell division, which can basically call mitosis. It ensures each daughter cell receives identical genetic material. It has a semi-conservative process involving complementary base pairing. Also emphasize the importance of accurate DNA replication for growth and repair of body tissues. So these functions are as it. And RNA, which is one of the types of the nucleic acid and the gene expression, RNA helps, which is the ribonucleic acid, it helps to convert genetic information into proteins. And proteins are a complex chain of amino acids, very essential in cell structure and function. There are three major forms of RNA. They include the messenger RNA, the transfer RNA, and ribosomal RNA. RNA plays a critical role in protein synthesis, especially within a ribosome, because within a ribosome, ribosomes synthesize proteins. I also explained that RNA serves as the intermediary between DNA and protein. Transcription DNA to RNA, how it is transcribed. So first step of gene expression, the first step is gene expression, how it expresses gene, whether it's phenotype or genotype. Also talk about RNA polymerase synthesizes messenger RNA from a DNA template. This occurs in the nucleus of eukaryotic cells. And the note is here to describe how specific genes are copied into messenger RNA molecules for protein production. Translation RNA to protein. We just dealt with the transcription of DNA to RNA. This talks about the translation of RNA to protein. Ribosomes read messenger RNA codons. Transfer RNA delivers amino acid. Proteins are assembled according to genetic instructions and explain how the genetic code directs the sequence of amino acid in proteins. Functional roles of protein produced from nucleic acid information. This slide deals with the functional roles of proteins produced from nucleic acid information. One, enzyme catalyzed reactions. Structural proteins support cells. Transport of proteins move molecules. And there's a regulation or regulatory proteins control cellular activities. What are some of the basic cellular activities? Life movement. And this node is to connect nucleic acid function to the production of proteins that perform most cellular tasks. There's a regulatory functions of RNA. Some of the functions of RNA include micro RNAs regulate gene expression. Small interfering RNA can also silence genes, that is, to make them not to express themselves. RNA influences development and disease processes. Most of them are genetic diseases that we obtain. And this is to discuss how RNA molecules regulate which gene are turned on or off. Nucleic acids and cell division. In this slide, you find that DNA replication precedes cell division, that it follows after cell division through mitosis. Genetic information is transmitted to daughter cells in mitosis, also essential for growth, repair, and reproduction. This is about highlighting the importance of nucleic acids in maintaining genetic continuity. Nucleic acids in biotechnology and medicine, DNA sequencing, the importance of the DNA sequencing, genetic engineering, gene therapy, forensic analysis, and personalized medicine. So we all know what these things mean. DNA sequencing, the sequence of DNA, genetic engineering, gene therapy, forensic analysis, and personalized medicine. This idea is to discuss multi applications of nucleic acid research in science and healthcare. The importance of nucleic acids to life. What makes nucleic acid very important to life? It stores genetic information, that is information that we receive from parents to offspring. It stores genetic information. Another function of another importance of nucleic acid is direct protein synthesis, how to synthesize proteins within the ribosome. It regulates gene expression, phenotype or genotype. It enables inheritance, what offspring takes from parents, and it supports cellular function and evolution. These ideas summarize the central role of nucleic acid in all living organism. In all living organism. So the conclusion here is that DNA and RNA are fundamental to life. These are basic and the reason of this slide. They are very fundamental to life. DNA stores information we know, and RNA expresses that information. So when DNA is storing the information, the RNA does express the information. Together, they control growth, development, reproduction, and cellular function based on the storing and expression of information. Understanding nucleic acid is essential to biochemistry and modern biology. The idea is to reinforce the concept that nucleic acids serve as the molecular foundation of life. And based on this, there are references that you wanted to look at. These references include Albert B. Johnson, these Lewis Molecular Biology of the Cell, 7th edition. You can look this up. You can look at Bird J. M. Tamokozi, J. L. Gatto, Biochemistry 9th edition, Nelson D. L. and Cox, which of course we read from the text, 2021, Leninger, Principles of Biochemistry, and also Yuri Lee King, 2003, Campbell Biology, 13th edition, Pearson. This is my deliverable speech on discussion on the function of nucleic acid. Thank you.